should talk about it. Okay, so I call my son, and I tell my son, I say, if you're not coming right now, I don't want to be here. So I'm going to, call Sharonda and she'll come pick me up. So my son, he came out and we went to his house. That night, everything was good. Everything was fine. The next morning, me and my son were up talking. Everything's fine. So my son, he leaves, right? And then he comes back and he comes back on a baby. He comes back like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. My son is no longer the kind person that my son actually is, And this is my second son. His name is Zedekiah. I must name everyone, and I do not have respect of any person. So he starts in on his wife, And so me and his wife both are standing at the couch. And, I'm sitting down. She's standing. He's on the other side of the table, but he's talking to her like opposite side of his head. I really don't know. If I had not known about mind control, I would not know what the fuck had happened to him. Are you on drugs? This and that. The first thing most people will say, that nigga's on drugs. So, I take my hand as though you're about to put your brakes on. You take your hand and you push your child back. So that's what I did to his wife. I take my hand and I just push her back a little bit. Did not mean to make her sit down on the couch. I really did not. And when I did that, he comes to me. He says, "Oh, Ima, you remember all the times when I was little I used to whoop my ass? I bet you can't whoop my ass now." See, that's a program they have in him to hate me for every fucking thing I did that dealt with my culture and whooping his ass. You damn right I whooped your ass. I got my ass whooped. What make you think you're better than me? None of my children are better than me. What the fuck? Okay, so he starts on me and I'm like, Zedekiah, what's going on here? I say, you leave the house, everything's fine. Now you come back. This is like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And see, at the time, I did not comprehend much about the handler. I knew the handler could handle you, but I did not comprehend about the handler. So when I said that, it irritated the handler. So it made my son huffy and puffy. But yeah, he will tell me he loves me, and love is not puffed up, right? Whereas patient charity is not puffed up, because he came puffed up. So I'm walking backwards to get away from him, right? So that he cannot hit me. I don't want to fight my son. I keep telling him, Zedekiah, I don't want to fight you. I don't fight. I don't fight Zedekiah. You will not be fighting me, Zedekiah. You will be fighting Abba, and you know this. My son knows he will be fighting Abba. He will not fight me because I don't fight. So he says something about my Abba. Fuck your Abba. He's just a bitch or some shit. He takes both of his hands and he slaps me. Wow. Both of his hands against my ears. And before he did it, I heard the ringing in my ears. Before he even hit me, I heard the ringing. And I take my left hand and I put my left hand around his motherfucking neck. And I'm choking him. He's up against the wall. I see his eyeballs roll back in his head and his eyes close. And that's when my Abba say, let him go. And I act like I don't hear my Abba. I do. I'm not letting him go. I am his parent. He came from between my feet. I did not come from between his feet. I bought this little bastard here. I'll take this motherfucker out. You used to could say that and actually do it, but you can't do that shit today. No, CPS will stop that shit. They want the children to be wicked. They want the children to disrespect you and come against you and fight you like that. I mean, when the children start fighting their parents, when the towers came into our community, our villages, and we allowed it, they did it first when they sent in the heroin, not the crack. The heroin was first. That's when families begin to fight each other. I remember I was 16, and I know who brought the heroin to our neighborhood. He is dead now, but I know his wife, his grandchildren, they're possibly all set now, or if they are not, did not take up his business, then they will be targets because they're not going to allow them to have all of that money. they must do something to keep that money. So now, after my Abba is telling me to let Zedekiah go, and then I don't, then my Abba begins to speak to me to tell me, you're going to kill him. If you kill him, you're going to go to prison. And you know that's what they want. They want you to go to prison. And then they can go to the judge and say, see, judge, and they can put it in a book and say, see, we told you. She was violent to her children. She killed him. She beat his ass when he was younger. And Zedekiah and Kiana were two of my children that did not like a licking. So they did not get that many ass whoopings. So, funny, the dark skinned ones did not mind getting their ass whooped. I just thought about that. So then so when my Abba tells me, that they will make what they say true about me, it will no longer be an illusion. It will be true. So I let my son go, and he slid down the damn wall, and he laid on the floor. I did not check to see if the nigga was alive or dead. I grabbed my backpack and I left. But I left my shoes. I left out so fast. I left my shoes. The backpack was right at the door. That's why I picked it up and grabbed it, but I left my shoes. So I walk around outside trying to figure out how am I going to get my shoes. So I walk into shit talk out.